Fly Geek Frost. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another comeback reaction that we totally predicted. And we will be watching Ghost 9 in their new music video.
Yeah, so Ghost 9 just released their comeback today called Soul, and we say that we predicted this because we had Ghost 9 requests that we reacted to about a month ago? Around a month ago. Like 10 hours after that video was released, Ghost 9 announced their comeback. That is this. So yeah, we watched the teasers for it. They had like 3 different performance teasers. So we kind of know what to expect. Maybe not really, but let's go! I know.
Welcome to Seoul. This is my city. Let's go.
Completely unrelated, but that just made me think of Black Panther. Oh.
Oh, their outfits! Oh, I love it.
No, yeah, I remember seeing them in the performance teaser.
I did not notice that in the performance teaser.
Oh. Well, that's fair. You're probably just focused on the dancing. Yeah, all the techno sounds very fitting. Did they just renegade?
Yeah. That's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What? How do they shoot that?
It's probably on a set somewhere and then CGI'd in.
Oh. It's literally a video game. Oh. Oh? Is this like the multiverse?
That was pretty.
Oh.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, that shot creeped me out. Oh. Have you connected dots that I have not?
Maybe?
I don't know.
What's in its mouth?
I don't know. here.
Is it gonna be there next? Should I just start talking about how much this made me miss Seoul? It opened up and I was just like, But I mean, it's a great concept because it makes Seoul feel like a playground or like a video game, like you said in the reaction. And I mean, it's not wrong. Like, the city is sort of like a playground of things to do. And I felt like it really showcased like how, one, beautiful the city is, but also how it really does have that sort of mix of traditional elements with like the traditional villages and like the palaces and stuff right in the city, surrounded by all of the skyscrapers, and it was just really beautiful. I also really love that sort of concept, like the mashup of traditional and more modern futuristic elements. Like, I pointed out their outfits, which I did not notice in the performance preview because I was too focused on the dance, but they're still really cool outfits. Or there was the dragon at the end when like all the fireworks were going off. Or honestly, I think my favorite set or like scene in it was when they were dancing in like the traditional house building room, but they were dressed in like neon and leather, and I was like, yes, this is what I love, like this concept. Although the one on the water was also a great shot. And then also in the dance too, like there's a not like traditional elements, but there's a lot of like folding hands as they like bend over, like almost like they're bowing. And on the topic of their dancing, again with Ghost 9 dances, I spent like our entire last Ghost 9 reaction talking about how cool and like interesting I think the composition of their choreographies are. And again, I stand by that. It's the same thing here. They use a lot of the sort of like call and response groups where what one group is doing affects what the other group is doing, or multiple phrases being done at the same time that are very intricate but not overwhelming because they're complementary. Lots of interesting shapes on stage, and they really utilize the dancers in that as well. A couple of things that really stuck out to me: the fireworks movement on the line touching the sky in the chorus. I think I was already primed to think about fireworks because the end of the music video has them in there, but even without it, it's the way their bodies are moving, because you know how when fireworks go up and then like fall, it's not a straight, it's like choo, that sort of thing. Yeah, and that's how the vocalist at the time is manipulating them with his arm, but everyone else's bodies are going up and then they kind of like explode out and then come back into something else, sort of like a firework would explode and then fall. And I really liked that moment. It was in both the first two choruses for sure. Don't remember about the final one. But then there were also a lot of really great like moments for musicality, where the song, like there'd be a line that was going like or something sort of faster, and then it would also be through the dance. Like the very beginning is a great example of that, where they're doing all of the arm movements and it's going like down the line, back down the line, and then also in the music video, that's where the train like, and so there's a lot of moments like that. Like there's another one in the final chorus too, and it just reminded me again of how the city is like always moving, like always being like faster and faster and let's go. So I really liked that. But yeah, I'm out of time, so Anna's turn.
Hello, so for my comments, first talking about the music video a little bit. During our break, right after we finished watching the video, I told Peyton, this makes me think of like those movies where after you like take a pill or like have a contact lens or like have glasses or whatever, and you're out in the real world, but like only you and the other people who have the same stuff can see like all the extra things that are like a video game. So that's just what this whole music video felt like to me, when they're like walking around the subway station and like pew 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 pew. Since this is, like you were saying, the mix of traditional with very modern culture, the song so clearly uses so many like techno, very electronic synths. It's especially strong during like the verses. The percussion is all really deep, distorted bass synths, contrasted with more high-pitched, sort of piercing, still very distorted synth lines. And even like the little accents and ornaments that happen are more still very distorted techno synth lines. Everything is like very distorted, which sort of fits with the music video where it's like going in and out with the reality that's happening. One line in particular that makes me think of that is the one that I pointed out, that's like because it's so separated. It's not exactly like the buzzing of like being disconnected, but it's sort of like that static, I guess. One thing I thought was interesting, the pre-chorus isn't really like a distinct separate section. Like, on first listen, I was like, did we just skip a pre-chorus? But no, because it does have like the beat build up divide into a chorus that songs do. It's just that's like the only thing that has changed instrumentally to tell you that the pre-chorus is happening. The chorus is really when it becomes the more like traditional side in the song, and leading into that, the like chorus drop that usually happens, it hits the more traditional sounding drums, like the do do do, and then drops into the chorus. But talking about the more like classical traditional chorus, it really feels that way because like almost all of the techno sounding synths cut out, and it's only like, from what I could hear, 2, maybe 3 percussion lines when the chorus starts. And then like halfway through the chorus in the second half, they start adding like 1 or 2 more techno synthy lines into the chorus, and it becomes more mixed instead. Ending my comments with talking about the music video again. How does this fit into their storyline? Because like this is a new sort of series, but is it like just a different chapter, like, you know, sets? Is it all connected?
Well, it could totally all be connected, because remember at the end of Wall, they were like in the Utopia sort of city.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Because
but
like,
it also could be totally separate. Yeah. In case you missed our first Ghost 9 reaction, we were very invested in that story.
Yeah, so this one is really throwing me off.
TLDR is Ghost 9 is back with their new song Soul from a new series, we think, maybe possibly connected to the first series. And it is a really interesting mix of traditional elements and very like modern futuristic elements in every part of it. The song, the music video, the dance, and that's just a really interesting and very cool concept if you couldn't tell by our comments.
So, that being said, if you enjoyed this music video reaction and also are enjoying Ghost 9's comeback, but also just like want to know the storyline connection, please leave a like, comment, subscribe,
ding,
turn on your notification bell.
It's a firework.
Oh, and bye.